Hey everybody, Pastor Shane here. What is the number one complaint in life? Or maybe it's not a complaint, but the one thing we say. We always feel like we don't have enough time in the day. When the truth is, let's be honest, we all get the same 24 hours. It's how you manage that time. It's how you learn how to increase your skill set so that you can spend more time doing what you love instead of what you may not like to do. You know, I read a quote the other day that entrepreneurs will spend a couple of years doing what nobody else will do in order to enjoy time that others will never have. So when I was in the military, I'm actually wearing one of my Army shirts. You can tell how it's about to fall apart here. But I remember when I was in the military, they would always say, work smarter, not harder. Yet it seemed like we always did the hardest things in the dumbest way. You know, I don't know what movie I was watching, but some guy says in the movie, you're the dumbest smart guy I've ever met. So let's start looking at ways to be more creative. And you may have to put in a little more time in the beginning, but when God starts freeing up your time and He gives you wisdom on how to use time wisely, make sure you use it the right way. Do you know time, I believe, is the currency of love? Because whatever you give your time to, that's what you really love. And so, you know, men ask me all the time, I don't know what more my family wants. I give them food. I take care of their needs. You know what they want? They want your time. And sometimes it can be difficult to balance that in a marriage, in a family with children, because you love your kids, so you go to work so you can take care of your kids. I understand that. But then what do we do with that spare time? You feel so tired because you've worked with that motivation. You just want to watch the game, or maybe, ladies, you're a stay-at-home mom, and everybody knows that's one of the toughest jobs you can have. And all you want to do is just go in your room and curl up in a ball somewhere and watch a sitcom or something, you know, or read a book, or just go to sleep. I get it, and yet we make our jobs our God. Let's be honest. Our work can become our God. We put it ahead of everything else. Church is secondary. Family relationships are secondary. Many times our time spent with God is secondary to the time we spend on our job. Remember, God has given us all of His time. He's omnipresent, which means He's everywhere all the time wanting to fellowship with us. So if He gave us all of His time, let's give Him a portion of that back. All right, I don't want to say too much about time, but I will say this. I've been running more lately than I normally do. And, you know, it takes me about an hour to run 5 miles if I run it straight through. Around an hour. And I thought to myself, out of 24 hours, what a small price to pay to feel good and to be in shape and all the health benefits that come from running. 1 hour. Imagine what an hour in isolated prayer could do for you, or an hour of studying God's Word. If you worked out for an hour, studied for an hour, and prayed for an hour, you'd only spend 3 hours of your day. What if you spent 2 of those hours with your kids? 5 hours out of 24 hours will be spent doing something positive in your life. Just some food for thought. Don't let life take your time. Don't let it suck up the precious time that you would have with your family and with God and with people that love you, and in expanding relationships with other people. So, and don't let it mess up your church time. Don't let work tell you you're too tired to go to church. Church is important. Forsake not the assembling of yourselves together, as some are doing. You need the community environment. You need the fellowship. Lend some time to other people. Be a blessing to somebody else. Give your time to somebody and watch how it enhances your life. Okay, just a food for thought, a little food for thought, guys. Love you, always will, here for you. Pray for me as I pray for you. God bless.